Hey, English 10, this is Mr. Gunderson, and welcome to week number 3 of distance learning. It is Monday, April 14th, and I hope everybody had a good Easter weekend. You got out and forgot about school and forgot about all the stuff that's going on and just got out and relaxed, and hopefully you did something fun and whatever else. All right, so we are starting chapter 3 for Of Mice and Men. And real quick, let's take a look at our class calendar here and see what we have going on. So once it opens up. All right, so here we are on April 14th, and we're going to be reading chapter 3. Everything is due on Friday the 17th. So again, it's following kind of the same as the previous two chapters. Is you're going to have the guided reading. You'll have the notes assignment and a quiz at the end. All right. Okay, so there's that, of course. So you have that. You have the calendar to see what is due and when, and then of course you have the upcoming tab, which will show you everything here that's due on for chapter 3. So one thing I do want to point out is I'm trying something new because I really want you to watch the instructional video first. So I'm implementing what's called completion. So you have to, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go in, this is what Gus or any of you are going to see. All right, so let's say this is what it looks like for you. So I click on, and I go down and I click on Of Mice and Men chapter 3. So I have to first view, I can't click on any of these other assignments. I have to first view the instructional video. That's how important this video is. You guys need to watch it. You need to get the information that I'm talking about here. Get that first, and then once you view the video, you should be able to, you should have, this will be turned into a green check mark, and then you guys will be able to, then these will open up and you'll be able to complete the assignments. Okay? Since we are here, let's talk about the assignments. So again, ideally, you watch the video first, the instructional video here, then you do the notes, because the notes is a 5-point assignment, and it's background information before you actually read the in-depth chapter. Okay, so doing the notes first gives you an idea of what to expect in the chapter. Now, the text and guiding reading assignments. Some of you are doing both of these. You don't have to do that. Just pick one or the other. This one is the text, chapter 3, text and guided reading. This assignment is you read the PDF, you read it, and then you complete the multiple choice questions and you submit them. All right. This one, this chapter 3, text and guided reading, is an ed puzzle. Okay, it's an ed puzzle where you listen and watch the video, complete the questions that are embedded in the ed puzzle, and you submit that. And you do that right here in Schoology. It grades it automatically for you and you're all done. You do not have to do both, just one or the other. And then of course the chapter 3 quiz. All right, I'm going to go back as me now. Let's get back into chapter 3 here real quick. And the quiz is different, this one, for chapter 3. And I just want to real quick this one is a fill in the blank. All right, it's 20 points. You will have a word bank. Okay, so use the word bank to fill in the blanks. It is early evening and everyone is returning from the bunkhouse for the night. George and blank develop a friendship. So you're going to have a word bank and you're going to have to figure out whose name goes in here. George tells blank why he and Lenny traveled around together and about Lenny's blank deficiency. You're going to have to put the words in there. That's the quiz this week, is fill in the blank for these 3 sections. Okay, 20 points. All right, let's talk about chapter 3. So, as we find out, early on in the chapter, George and Slim are talking. And George kind of confides in Slim about why Lenny and he travel around together. George tells Slim about what happened at Weed. And again, remember way back in the first chapter, they talk about that, why they're running away from weeds. Something happened. George talks about that. And again, this is foreshadowing, and it's all foreshadowing toward the end of something that's going to happen. They back in the bunkhouse. So this chapter, everything takes place in the bunkhouse. Okay, everything takes place in the bunkhouse. And like I said before, every chapter is in its own place. It stays in that place. All the action stays there. We don't leave, so we stay in the bunkhouse for chapter 3. Now, there's been reference made about Candy's dog. Candy's dog is old. It's decrepit. It smells. And in this chapter, Carlson complains about it. They complain about it. Slim has a puppy, or has a dog that has puppies, and basically Carlson says, "I'll take that dog out, and I'll put it out of its misery for you. Just let's get rid of it. Come on. It's old. It's worthless." Now, what you have to, we'll talk about this here in a minute, but what you'll have to really realize is, what does Candy's dog symbolize? Okay, what does he mean? What does he symbolize? He stands for something. So you have to find that, find out what happens there. Later on, a little bit later, everybody leaves the bunkhouse except George, Lenny, and Candy. George and Lenny don't realize that Candy's still laying there. Okay, he's still in the bunkhouse. And George and Lenny start talking about the dream farm. All of a sudden, Candy pipes up and says, "Hey, I want in on this. I've got some money. I could help you guys get this place if you just let me come be a part of it. Just let me come stay with you guys. I'll help at the farm, all this stuff." All of a sudden, they look at Candy's saved up a big chunk of money, right? He's got a big chunk of money. Then they figure by the end of the month, they'd have enough money to go and buy the dream farm. This is the first time in George and Lenny's life that the farm is actually could happen. It's a reality. This dream of having independence it's right there, and they're all excited. Well, things quickly turn south because Curly comes back. All the guys come back, and Curly comes in. He's all fired up. He's all ticked off. He's looking for his wife. Well, Lenny's standing there, and as we knew back in chapter 2, what was going to happen? Curly was going to pick a fight with Lenny. Sure enough, he does. And they get in a fight, and Curly fights back. And you'll have to read about it, but it doesn't end well for Curly. Okay, let's just put it that way. All right, and then basically that's chapter 3. A couple things is that some symbols, again, really kind of reemerge. It's the dream farm. This idea of having this dream farm. It's and what that symbolizes. Yes, having a farm is a farm. But to George and Lenny, and now Candy, this farm means freedom. It means independence. It means it's our own life. We don't have to be running around all over the countryside anymore. We can do what we want. Candy's dog. Okay, Candy's dog, and really Carlson. Okay, so if we look at Carlson first, Carlson kind of represents and symbolizes just the stark reality and the brutality of society. Okay, Candy's dog represents the weak, okay, the useless. And in this time during the Great Depression, when it's such a survival time, so much during that time is the strong and the uncaring, the unfeeling part of the world, which is Carlson, is what prevails. And the weak, which Candy's dog, and Candy himself, they're the ones that get tossed aside. They get pushed down. They get pushed aside, and really it's Carlson, or the unfeeling and uncaring society, is what kind of takes over. The bunkhouse itself is kind of a microcosm. The bunkhouse itself kind of represents society during that time, and it's not an easy life. And so that's kind of what the bunkhouse symbolizes, and hopefully that stuff comes through as you see it and as you read it. So that's all I have for you this week. If you guys have questions or concerns, or if at any time any of these, if this doesn't work, I guess if these things, if you watch the video and these things don't pop open, they're supposed to, they should. just let me know and we'll figure it out. Okay. Um, that's all I have for you. You guys are doing an awesome job. You guys are doing an absolutely fantastic job with things. You're staying on top of it. Very few missing assignments. You guys are you're doing fantastic. Keep up the great work. Okay, I'm very, very impressed with how well you guys are doing, and I just couldn't be happier. I think you guys are doing great work. So keep it up. Love it. All right, and like I've said in all the past videos, okay, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your friends. Have a great week, English 10, and we will talk soon. Bye.